Hey, what's going on, guys? Brand new season here, and so what better way to celebrate that than doing a brand new video on how to get the best performance in Fortnite. We're going to be diving into all the settings in Fortnite, but I want to go through that kind of quickly because there's actually a lot of other tips I want to give you. If you guys are new to my channel, like, subscribe, let's jump right in. Like I mentioned, there's not a ton of changes here, so we're going to go through the settings really quick. There's a couple minor changes I wanted to address first and foremost. So the first thing I did want to mention is the textures for meshes actually are unchanged at the moment. Low and high are both on the standard quality of meshes, which means you don't get mobile builds at the moment. They'll probably update this later on, but right now it really doesn't make much of a difference at all. I'm using, of course, performance mode because that gives you the highest FPS, at least on this PC. If you guys have a newer RTX card, a 2000 series RTX or 3000 series RTX, DirectX 12 will give you the best performance. It's almost like it's 99 out of 100 times better on the newer graphics cards on NVIDIA using the DirectX 12 versus performance mode. I'm on an older card, it's a GTX 1000 series. Because of that, I'm using performance mode, which I would recommend for you guys too. If you have like 1600 or 1000 or anything below that, freaking use performance mode and thank me later. So I like to turn down 3D resolution a little bit. This is definitely personal preference. I think that I get a little bit better FPS. Might be a placebo effect, but at least in my opinion, I turn it down to like 8, and I really don't notice any graphics changes, really. It's about the same on 1920 by 1080p. I do use windowed full screen. This is just because I'm a content creator. It's easier to switch between games and stuff, but if you have Fortnite running solely, use full screen. Regular full screen will actually lower down your input delay, meaning the game will feel a lot smoother, and it gives you much higher FPS. So absolutely use full screen. You can use the max resolution if your PC handles it. You might want to take it down one notch if you have a very, well, I wouldn't say very low end, but a pretty low end PC. Run the middle resolution. Anything lower like 1280, you'll have a pretty substantial loss in ability to see things really well. So you'll probably want to be either on 1440 or the highest 1680 if you're on stretched res or 1920 or whatever it is. Other than that, you can set your frame rate one above what your max monitor hertz refresh rate is. I have a 240 hertz monitor. Double check what your hertz monitor is for your model. If you have like a 144, you make sure you use one above that, which is 160, and vice versa. I'm on 240, so I'm using 360. So contrary to popular belief, guys, none of these graphic settings will make any difference. Brightness, interface, contrast, colorblind settings. So use them at your own leisure, however you'd want. It shouldn't affect any of your quality in the game or anything like that. I use Protanote because it actually makes colors pop for me personally. I think I like the look of it a lot more on Protanote, but that's just me again. View distance, if you're on a low PC, just keep this at near. It really doesn't affect your game performance too much. Near and epic really don't hardly do anything. You might get like maybe a 5% FPS gain dropping down to near. You can use low textures. That's what I'm using at the moment for the highest frame rate and the least impact to your hardware. I have download high resolution textures and high resolution texture reminders off and meshes on low. Like I mentioned, right now the quality of builds look the exact same on low and high. That'll probably be updated and tweaked here really shortly. So that really actually covers everything in the Fortnite settings. Like I mentioned, there's not really a lot of changes at all, but there's a bunch of cool things I want to show you outside of Fortnite right now that can really help with your FPS. So let's take a look at that right now. All right, so first off, guys, you'll see here we have 2 game boosters. I made a video on 3 game boosters that I recommend. These are 2 of them. So yeah, they definitely help your FPS. In every instance, they just kind of help speed things up. What they'll do is limit some of the hardware functionality going on your PC behind the scenes, and it can really help speed things up. I had the highest FPS from Razer Cortex, so I recommend running that. It's super easy. You just open it before you run Fortnite and make sure the game mode is turned on. Once you have that on, then you just open up Fortnite like you normally do and start playing the game. By the way, both of these softwares, whether you're using the Game Booster from Razer or the Wise Game Booster, are completely free. They don't cost you a single dime. Here you can go to Boost. You want to go ahead and click on Boost Now in the top right corner, and that boosts everything. It kind of limits some of these features that you see checked down here. Another really good high quality software that you can run in the background is NoPing. What NoPing does is it actually optimizes your network connection, so you actually get a faster connection to Fortnite servers. You'll just need to find whichever one has the lowest ping available. So like I mentioned, this one is really easy to use. You just open it and then you'll just select Fortnite and select the server. And here you can see tons of different servers. You'll notice where it shows milliseconds here. That is the ping between all these different servers. So here's one from California, 24 milliseconds. I could use that one and that'd be a very good choice. There's also a way to boost FPS in this system. So you'll click on this gear and there's this option here to boost FPS. Aside from those simple programs, there's a bunch of other ways to kind of tweak your Windows 10 or Windows 11 settings. I'll have a link to a couple videos in the description to look through. There's some simple ones like game mode. Make sure that your game mode is turned on. You just search game mode in your search bar and you'll see this game mode button. Click that and make sure that's on. If you're not afraid of power consumption, you can change your power settings too. So you just type in power settings here, click on power and sleep up here. Scroll down to the bottom where it says additional power settings. And here you can choose a bunch of different power settings here that can help favor performance. So that's actually what I have here is high performance, and that just gives me a bit more performance out of my PC than I would normally get on balanced or on power saving. Finally, of course, there is all of your NVIDIA control panel settings. These make a huge difference. You'll want to take a moment and go through that as well. I'll have a video linked to that in the description that's more in depth. But the main thing is going over your manage 3D settings here. Scroll down until you see power management mode and make sure that's on prefer maximum performance. Then scroll down again until you get to texture filtering quality and make sure that is also set to high performance. Those are the main things, but there's a bunch of other things you can tweak in here. Again, a link to that will be in the description below. So yeah, those are actually our main things, guys. Fortnite actually really hasn't changed a ton since the last season on Chapter 3 Season 1. Let me know if you guys are having any issues this season with Chapter 3 Season 2. But as always, it's been your boy Cameron, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.